tell you that was a really satisfying win. It's one that it's kind of been sticking in our craw for a year now. Based on what happened a year ago against these guys, and felt our guys came out with the right attitude, got off to a fast start. We did some really good things, I thought, defensively, trying to create some one-dimensional play out of them. We wanted to stop the run a little bit and then have a chance to affect the passer in the pocket, and I thought for the most part we did a pretty good job of that. Guys got after him pretty good, that way. Offensively, we knew we could maybe get some shots on these guys, and you know what, Rashard Higgins showed some explosive playmaking ability that we knew he had in him. So injury-wise, looked like we might have got beat up a little bit late. We just cautiously there on Garrett, when he took that last shot, kind of down there, just that was enough. and then D got the wind knocked out of him pretty good. They're still looking at him, but other than that, that was a very satisfying win. Win that we're getting better as a football team, and we're starting to create an identity for ourselves, and I think that that's important as we establish this program and for years to come. And these guys are fighting and doing a heck of a job.
It's a big part of your good feeling that you guys came off that Boston College win and actually had maybe your fastest start yet, as opposed to maybe the letdown you might have feared. The letdown I really wasn't worried about. I was more worried about making sure that we just took care of our business this week, and we did. It was a great crowd out there, guys. It was a sea of orange. It was great to see the people come out and support these guys, and that means a lot. What did that fast start mean to you, though? Just the fact that you guys came out and really...
Well,
that's been a big concern.
No, really not. I mean, it's what we're supposed to do. It's a concern to you. It's not a concern to me. I mean, I don't know you make a big deal about it. We've got two games, we have 3 and out. But you know what? We won the game. With the one we didn't, what happened? So, we did what we were supposed to do. And, there again, it wasn't great because Garrett had to scramble on a 3rd down, to make it happen. So, but at the same time, that's what we expect. That's got to be who we are and what we're all about, and we've got to do a better job of working the first 8 next week.
Jim, you did talk about how you were able to kind of key on their passing game. They came in with a pretty potent attack, but the pass rush seemed to really tee off today, improved.
It did, and what I like too is for the most part we held our pass rush lanes. We weren't getting way upfield. We were, going speed to bull and forcing that pocket to collapse, and which really makes that quarterback uncomfortable. And I thought those guys did a really good job of that. And I can't say enough, man. That was fun. That was a lot of fun, and it was good to kind of get that one over early. We were able to play a bunch of guys in the game, and that makes you happy as a coach.
On top of that, Joe Wallach had a really good game last week, probably even better this week.
Backed it up.
What are you seeing in him that's really kind of setting him off to become that player you guys
he's playing with much better pad level. It's always interesting, you want to recruit these tall, long guys and tell them to play short, right? I never figure that out. But no, he's playing with great leverage and discipline, and that's the key. I think the one thing you see when you turn on the film with Joe, when we talk about do your job, the guy does his job, and some of those things he's forcing back in, to other people, and so there's a lot of things there. Again, he's really developing into a really good football player.
Garrett's play this week, given that he was banged up,
yeah.
Did you know he could play, and how do you...
Well, we knew he could play, on Wednesday. It was a matter of, we're going to have pitch counts next week. But at the same time, you could tell that first throw wasn't, just a little outside, to quote one of the famous movies of all time. And yet I thought he settled in pretty good, threw a couple strikes, in that mid-range to deep ball to Rashard. So, that was good to see. His decisions were good. I thought the timing on the one to Charles on the third down in the second half showed me he's fine, because he set his foot and threw it exactly where it was supposed to. So, you know, he's going to be sore. You know, it's that part of the time of the year. Guys are going to be sore when you come up. If you're not, you probably didn't play real hard. So, you know, we've got to do a good job of getting those guys back and yet practicing at the tempo that we practice.
Richard's obviously proven he can be a deep threat, but is the part that you like about his game the fact that he can take that short to intermediate pass and actually make that a big play?
and finish. You know, I mean, there's so often, you know, you maybe get some chunks, but you know, then it's like, you know, you have to put in your goal line or something, you know, and it's just so nice to see you have a guy, and he's not the only one on our roster that can finish. You know, we've got to get the ball in some of those other guys' hands too, but you know, at the same time, explosive plays are something that help you win ball games, and let's not discount those turnovers. We got those interceptions. You know, that was huge by our guys. So, you know, there were some really good things from this game, good things to learn about, and you know, feel good about. Guys, we're whatever for and whatever, and you know, that's good feeling. And these guys are playing their tails off.
How good was that to see you came in with just 2 turnovers created? You had 2 interceptions in the first half.
Right. That was big. I'm telling you, it was big, and I was happy for those secondary guys, because you know, so often sometimes they clank off their chests or whatever, and to see a finish, it was good.
How about DR's continued play and going without Trace?
Oh, Trace, I missed that. You know, he practiced Wednesday. He got dinged up with his leg in that BC game. Finished out. Actually, on Thursday, he went Wednesday, Thursday, took some limited reps. Didn't feel real comfortable with it, so game time decision today. Came out, warmed up, just said, you know, I'm not sure it feels right. So, like, as you guys know, man, I'll never put anybody out there that's not ready to roll. So, you know, J.O. came in, got an explosive run for us. Thought did a good job there as well. And you know what? There was some really good blocking downfield. Let's not discount that either on some of those long runs. And D? What about him? Oh, and D's play? He did what he was supposed to do. I got to get the guy to finish. You know, I'm telling you that foot race we're going to have, that's going to be a dandy. So, no, I tell you, he's a good football player, and I'm glad that he's playing for the Rams.
You're 12-5 since the last time you played these guys. How do you feel about the momentum of the program and where the program stands now? You impressed?
Yeah, we're moving in the direction that we want this organization to go, and that's everybody around it. You know, let's credit this coaching staff for staying together and you know, really instilling what it is, you know, for these guys as well. Terry, we're a long ways from where we expect to be, and yet I'm not going to downplay the fact we've gotten here probably a little faster than I anticipated. I'll be straight honest with you based on what it was, and a lot of that, and the biggest part of that is how our guys think and the way they approach every day, and it's just they're starting to get it, and yet we got a long ways to go.
John Thompson got carries late in the game. Does that say anything about your injury situation or concerns at running back, or was it just time?
No, he's that guy that's been in that hole, you know, in that cleanup hole, for lack of a better term. We wanted to see what he could do a little bit, and I don't know if he might have even got dinged up. I hate to say it, but he may have there on the second carry. But at the same time, we'll see. And he's a guy that gives us that juice as well.
Is he somebody, now that you're going to use him moving forward, or you have to use him, is he going to play a lot on special teams as well? Or?
You know, we'll fit that in. He's been a backup on everything. He's traveled with us. You know, we just felt it was an opportunity to get him in the game.
You're really dashing him with the run game early. How much did that kind of open up things for Higgins in the big day that he had?
Well, the play action game was huge, no doubt about it. And we were hoping we'd get a little bit out of their safety, you know, on the play action and get Richard over the top. And it happened a couple times, and then late in the game, they rolled to a middle closed, and you know, Nick predetermined he was going to bang it to the post. You know, it was so that'll give me something to get after his little tale about. You know, come film session. If he just throws it to the smash side where we had it, it would have been good. But that was something that we planned coming in, and I felt anytime you can establish a run, you got an opportunity to be successful offensively.
Richard's never lacked for confidence. He's had a diva before and since, but is he starting to back it up?
A little bit. He's not there yet. I slapped him upside the head a little bit when we got in the locker room and said, this is the expectation, and now let's do it 100% every day. So, guys, I can't tell you how happy I am he's a Ram. Okay, thanks.
A lot of fun, but honestly, a lot of that was the DBs had great coverage, so the quarterback didn't have anywhere to throw, so gave me some extra time.
You ended up with 3.5 sacks today. That's what you had all of last year.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about the development in your game, what you're feeling better about this season?
Yeah, I just felt like a lot of those sacks happened because of what the guys around me were doing. They were doing their jobs, and the quarterback had to step up to me a couple times.
Was that a big part of it, just people staying in their rush lanes then, as opposed to maybe giving him more room to run and kind of flush him over to you?
Yeah, it was a huge part of it. We kept him contained really well all game.
How much better do you guys feel like you are as a pass rush team and the entire defense front seven this season?
I think we feel like we defend the pass really well, rush really well, and that we defend the run well.
There was one series of the 3.5. I think you had all 3 tackles.
Yeah.
With the sack. What'd that feel like?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Really tiring, but.
How important was it? I mean, you had a big game last week against Boston College. How important was it for you to back it up and play as well as you did again today?
It was a huge team win. We didn't want to take a step back. We just want to keep climbing, moving forward. So I'd say it was a huge win, and we just have to look to next week now.
But for you personally, I mean, you played really well last week and you backed it up again today.
Yeah. Personally, it feels great whenever we win. So.
Joe, just what was it like to come out and have everything click early? Because you guys have had a couple games where it's been kind of late before you really get going this season. Today it was like right from the outset, offense, defense, everybody seemed in sync.
Yeah, it was just everyone was focused. We knew what we wanted to do and what we had to do coming into this game.
You feel like the team has really come this far since this same game last year? Quite a night and day in terms of how it played out.
Yeah.
What do you notice about that? What do you think the difference is?
I think we have a lot of confidence as a team right now, and everyone plays for each other. No one's selfish.
You bought in?
Yeah.
Anything else for Joe?
No. Thanks, Joe.
Thanks.
Pass rush is getting 6 sacks in the game.
Hey, that's just credit to them. They've been working hard all week. I mean, I talked to them before the game, and they said it's time, and then we're due for more sacks. So, I mean, Coach Lufer, he challenged them before the game. I knew they was ready, so I knew they was going to come out today with more sacks. So.
But how much easier does it make your job back in the secondary when they're getting that kind of pass rush?
It's always knowing in the back of my head, like when they get a sack, or that just puts more pressure on the quarterback to get it out quicker, or for him to make a mistake. So that's like a cheesecake to a DB, really, just to have that that extra boost that you can have for the D-line to make a play, for the quarterback to mess up, and we can have hands on them picks, drop balls.
Losing these guys, you're 0-2, even 12-5. What kind of progress have you made? How do you feel about it?
We're just taking it game by game, day by day. I mean, Coach Mack preached to us about restoring the order and getting back what's ours, and we had the mindset every day at practice, Monday through Friday, that we was going to challenge each other and get after them. And after the half, we knew that they're a team that come back, so we had to step it up even another notch. So.
You guys only created 2 turnovers coming into the game. You get 2 today. What kind of steps does that represent to you for defense?
That just saying that if we work hard enough at practice, more turnovers will occur. So we just got to keep it up and
pretty much watch film, see how we did it, and try to execute it going into the next game.
How satisfying was this? Last week you guys did a pretty decent job of keeping a strong run game under control. Today you kept a strong passing attack under control. I mean, they got a couple, but they didn't beat you with the pass.
Right. Just film. We did more film as a defensive back crew. Thursday we watched probably 10 more hours of film. So that's probably the little ingredient that helped us out today. So.
Is there something about your interceptions? You just got a knack this year? You getting all yours in the end zone?
I don't know. I guess. I mean, I'm on the jugs constantly since just going back to my freshman year. I dropped so many. So, I mean, that's always in the back of my head. So I just try to stay consistent with catching the ball.
How big were those interceptions for this defense? I mean, you had the two of them and both of them at pretty critical times kept them from probably scoring.
Any turnover that occurs in the game is always good. Coach English, he always mentioned, you know what, the next play is the play that determines winning and losing. So when it got in the red zone, I knew this might be the play of winning and losing. So I take it. I don't take it for granted. So I do my best, and I got a pick. So.
You guys good? Sure.
Appreciate it.
So y'all,
Well, no, you tell us.
good day today, man. I give credit to my team, my line, just giving Garrett enough time to throw the ball and find me wide open.
Just how satisfying was a game like this, both for you and for the team? Just really kind of dominated a team like this that it beat you guys a year ago?
Shows us where we at, I would say. Also give us enough strength going into just building the climb, I would say. It just give us a great amount of, I'm not sure what to say right here, but it just give us a great amount of energy going into our next game.
How important was it to just start out the way you guys did, scoring touchdowns fast and really built it really quick, 28
That's what Coach always harp on. He says, man, start it fast. We even got a period called fast starts. I mean, we practice it every day, so why not come out here and do it?
But it doesn't always happen in games. What was the difference today?
We was just clicking on all cylinders, I would say. Everything can't go our way all the time, but when it do, sky's the limit.
What was that crowd like? You guys feel some energy from the crowd today?
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. See everybody wearing orange, Aggie Day. I heard fans hollering Hollywood and stuff, man. All I can do is salute, man. Thank y'all for coming out. Put on a show for y'all.
How much fun are you having and talk about the touchdown pass?
Man, I'm having real fun. Me and Garrett, I mean, just going back to practice, we practice on everything that we do in the game, just getting ready for the game. We seen that they play cover 4. We practice post all day in practice. I got tired of running them in practice, but look, man, we threw some post in the game and scored on them.
Have you ever had 4 touchdown catches in one game before at any level?
I ain't never had 4 touchdowns. That felt good too.
What'd you say to Nick, or what did he say to you after number 4? How'd that go?
I said, Nick, man, I said, Nick, how that feel, bro? I told you, man, you throw me the ball, I'm gonna get it in the end zone, man. I don't care where it's at, I'm gonna get in the end zone for you.
You talk about the 73-yard catch and run there where you put on quite a move there in the open field.
When I caught it, I seen that the cornerback, he was pressed, and that's what we practiced on in practice, that the cornerback was gonna press me. I got out of the line freely, I'm not sure who that was. I think it was Fred. He was my lead block coming to get the cornerback, and it was just me and the safety. Put a move on him, made him look dirty, man. And I just turned on the Jets after that.
Is that one of your favorite moves? Because I'm not sure he still knows where you're at.
Yeah, man, he's still looking, man. I don't know where he at right now.
Sounds like coming in this week, you guys maybe knew you had a chance for some big plays. Just matter if you guys execute.
Yeah, I would say, yeah.
How important was the run game early? Because you guys were getting like 10 yards of carry. That really opens things up to play action.
Yeah, I mean, the run always
opens up the pass, and I mean, I don't know, I'm not sure what to say about that. The run opened up the pass, and we took shots down the field, and we completed them.
Not just 3 touchdowns early, but 3 touchdowns on 3 receptions. Have you ever had that? That's a fast start, isn't it?
Yeah, that's real fast.
Have you ever done anything like that, starting in?
I can't recall, man.
What's the media have to hear the fans call you out a little bit? Kind of
That's what I live up for, man. I'm a big time player, make big time plays, man. That's what I live for.
So who do you look up to? You said big time players make big time plays. That's Steve Smith. You said, give me the ball, I'm gonna score touchdowns for you. That's Shannon Sharp, John Elway.
Yeah.
Are there some pros that you look up to that you kind of
Look up to Dez Bryant. He on my favorite team, Cowboys. Also look up to Marquise Lee. I always watch his highlights before a game like this. Well, before a game, and it just get me motivated. And man, came out here and won, man. That's a good feeling.
Do you start to feel like you're becoming? You've been a big play threat, and you showed that last year. Do you feel like you're becoming a more consistent threat for Gary?
Yeah, I would say. Just being on the jugs. I really need work on, I would say, my blocking. But catching the ball, that's just a lack of focus if I drop it. So, I mean, just doing things that doesn't require the ball. So, just like blocking and just my craft, I would say.
Anything else for Rashard? Okay.
There was line it's difficult to get Rashard to open up and actually talk.
No, I mean, usually around us, he's quite the character. So I don't know what just happened, I guess, but he's quite the character around all of us. So.
Garrett, just how satisfying was this victory, given what they did last year, and also the fear that maybe there'd be a letdown after Boston College win this game, but win it the way you guys did?
Yeah, that's something, like you said, Coach Matt kind of harped on all week. He didn't want to have a letdown. Obviously, that happens a lot in college football. You come off a huge win, and you come in the next week and lose to an opponent that you don't think you should lose to. And so that was something Coach Mack made sure we were focused on all week. We had 4-1 in our mind. It's been a while since CSU had been 4-1, so that was kind of our goal all week. We all talked about it. Seniors kept bringing it up because obviously we've been here through the very tough times, and so we kept bringing it up to the younger guys, because obviously none of us know what that feeling is like, and so it's a very good feeling to walk out of here with the win. So.
How nice is it to get an offensive performance where really the run and the pass complement each other so well there?
Yeah, that's a goal. Obviously, we're not a spread team, and we're not an option team. We'd like to be as balanced as we can, and so to come out and throw for, I think it was 289, and then rush for 230 something. I think that's pretty impressive to have that kind of balance. And Oh, go ahead.
Did you know you could play, and how did you feel?
When you talking with this or something?
Yeah.
During the week I kept working it more and more, and then as Thursday came along, I took all the reps Thursday and took all of them Friday, and then warm-ups today. I felt fine. So I told Coach Mack, obviously I went up and met with him. I think it was Wednesday. Went up to his office and met with him, and told him that going back to last year, this was a game. I didn't care if we had to tape my arm on. I was going to play. I won't say it's a revenge kind of thing, but I just wanted to go out and prove to myself, I guess, that I could play against these guys, and they weren't just the number one defense in the country and whatever. So I wanted to go out and have a good performance, and obviously throwing a little 2-yard route out to Rashard, and he takes it 80 yards to the house. That helped it. So it's good. It's good. Yeah, no, it's good. I came out there at the end, whatever. Just I think we had the lead. We were pretty comfortable. And so I didn't want to really take any chances. Yeah. And so didn't want to take any chances. So and like I've said many times before, Nick can do just as good of a job as anyone. So I was totally fine with where we were at.
You talked about the personal low. So after that game last year, you were 0-2, kind of with a low ebb.
Oh yeah.
Talk about 12-5 since. Can you talk about what's developing here and what that all means?
Yeah. It's a pretty fun feeling. I guess a good feeling to be a part of. I think. Since 2002, I think this is the best stretch that CSU has had, and so knowing those teams, the Bradley Van Pelt era and everything like that, to go back and kind of compare yourself to those guys, it's a good feeling because it's a huge part of this program's history, and Sonny Lubick, that's when it all kind of started with those guys. So
to be able to kind of compare yourself with them, it's a really good feeling, like I said.
Rashard's obviously just a sophomore still, but how have you seen him kind of improve just in the last year and a half and become more consistent?
You know, I think the head coach of Tulsa came up to him after the game and said, you know, you're a completely different player than you were last year. And, you know, I think that's pretty evident. You know, I've talked to him up since he first walked on campus. I saw, you know, the physical tools that he had. He just, you know, just needed to adjust to the speed of the game. And I think, obviously, from here on out, it's only going to get better. So I'm actually a little bit jealous that, you know, the other quarterbacks are going to get to play with him his junior and senior year, because that kid's going to be a star. And, you know, I'm obviously very happy that we have him now. So.
What's he like in the meeting rooms and stuff? I mean, we got to see a little bit of his personality. But is that just who he is every day, no matter what?
Yeah, I mean, he's not a super talkative guy. He's really not, but he does have a pretty good personality to him. He's a character, like I said. He jokes around all the time. You know, sometimes to a fault almost. He tries to take everything, and he's, you know, not serious at certain times. And, you know, people have gotten on him, and he just likes to enjoy life and enjoy the game. And you can tell he just is seriously beyond happy to be out here playing. And he's one of those kids that just really enjoys the game of football. You can tell. So.
You just got over.
I don't call him Hollywood. I call him, you know, just Rashard. That's just what I go with. So, you know, every once in a while I'll throw out and call him Wood and something like that. But I don't know if I've ever called him Hollywood. So.
This game just got over, but looking ahead, now you go back to conference play.
Yeah.
What are you hoping to build on?
Yeah, no, like Coach Mack said in the locker room after the game, this is the real season now. You know, we're obviously 0-1 in conference right now, and so obviously to get where we want to go, we need to keep winning out, and hopefully, you know, Boise will lose the game and we can get in that Mountain West championship, because that's obviously our goal and has been since the start of the year. So, but like I said, this is the start. You know, this is our real season. This is what we're playing for. So, we all need to focus in, you know, a little bit extra and watch a little bit of extra film, and just go out and get this win this weekend.
Mountain Division seems a little bit tougher perhaps this year than Mountain West. You know, it looks like a real dogfight. Is that your perception?
Yeah, I think, you know, not to take anything away from the West, but I think, you know, it is the tougher side, and we know that. I think we kind of all knew that going into the season, and, you know, so we know we got to win out. Like I said, you know, come in every week, watch some more film, because Nevada's, you know, a heck of a football team. They played everybody they played. Arizona, you know, took them down and took them to the wire. So we know they're coming for us. Obviously, we, you know, beat them pretty good last year, so we know they're going to be teeing off on us, and we, you know, it's all about how we answer. We got to, you know, if we're going to take the punches, we got to respond and punch them back. So.
Thanks, Garrett.
Thank you.